Although
Lamont Marcell
ultimately
Jacobs,
I
yeah.
had my money on Curly. Now he's the Olympic 100-meter champion, and I'm sure he's gonna be a global
He could.
superstar.
I mean,
so who is this guy?
Who the f is that
thank you.
guy?
It's the same. I didn't know. What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today we're going to take a look at a more in-depth view at Lamont Marcell Jacobs, because I have no clue who this man is before I watched the Olympics video of them winning, of Italy winning the 4x1 and him winning the 100-meter title. I feel like this just came out of the blue. I thought the US and Jamaica would be favorites to win the 4x1. I did not expect Great Britain to be there either, so that's a little surprising. And for Italy to go and A, win that, and then B, all of the Jamaicans that were involved, all of the Americans that were involved, and for him to still go out and win the 100 meters as well, just took me by surprise. I was baffled. Like, where is this coming from? So we're gonna take a look at the Italian who has finally sort of been given the torch beyond Usain Bolt. Obviously, Usain Bolt won the 2016, 2012, and 2008 Olympics. The Olympic champion before that was the American Justin Gatlin, who tried to take Bolt's title in 2016 and then didn't even make the Olympic team this year because he's he is in his 40s. So we're gonna take a look at the Italian who surpassed Usain Bolt. You guys gotta let me know your thoughts and let me know more about him, because before this year I knew absolutely not a thing. So would love to know more about him. And European sprinting in general, because I mean the fact that it was Italy, Great Britain, then China and Canada. European sprinting is here and is now. So let's get into the video. As all, guys, you can find the original video just down in the description below.
This was the first time that Usain Bolt was not competing in the Olympics since 2008, and honestly, I don't think anybody had an idea who was going to win, because on my YouTube channel, I asked you guys, who do you think is going to win the 100 meter at the finals? And majority.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, Johan Blake had 29%, and if you think about that, he wasn't even doing good this year. Like, he is not anywhere near Johan Blake from 2012. He's well beyond that, I feel like. Like, Johan Blake's on that downward slope. I would have said Trayvon Bromell or Andre DeGrasse, just from knowing something about American sprinters. Fred Curley is a pleasant surprise, but Ronnie Baker's another one. Like, these are all guys who were primed to go out and win the 100, and they just never got it done.
Majority of the votes said Bromell, who unfortunately got eliminated before that. That's probably because a large majority of my audience is in the USA. I'm sure in Europe he's already a superstar. However, over here, at least in the US, I haven't heard people talk much about him. In the semifinals, I did see that he was setting crazy numbers, although ultimately I had my money on Curly. Now he's the Olympic 100-meter champion, and I'm sure he's gonna be a global superstar.
He could. I mean,
so who is this guy?
Who the f is that
thank
guy?
you. It's the same. I didn't know.
Lamont Marcell Jacobs was born in El Paso, Texas, to an African-American father and Italian mother. When his dad, a soldier in the US Army, was relocated to South Korea, him and his mother moved to Italy just before his first birthday. He's the first European to win the 100-meter Olympic title since Britain's Linford Christie at Barcelona 1992. He's also Italy's first Olympic sprint champion since Pietro Mena took the 200-meter at the Moscow Olympics in 1980. His Olympic gold medal.
Nearly 41 years later, Italy finally gets another sprinting champion. That's essentially it. That's unreal.
Win in Tokyo put an end to 25 years of dominance by sprinters from the Americas, specifically the US and Jamaica. What's even more shocking is that initially his strength was in the long jump, where he won his first national title in 2016. I mean, his IG username is Crazy Long Jumper, and he even has a tattoo of this on his collarbone. He only began to focus exclusively on sprinting in 2017. Only a year later, in 2018, he made it to a 100-meter national competition with the Berlin European Championships. In 2021, from the start, Marcell Jacobs came out strong, as in March of 2021, he won gold in the 60 meters with a time of 6.47 in the European Indoor Championships.
That's insanely
A few months
fast.
later, in May of 2021, he set a new Italian 100-meter record of 9.45. This was actually his first time running below 10 seconds, 3 months before the Olympics. Trayvon Bromell, who many predicted would take gold in Tokyo, has been running under 10 seconds since 2014, 8 years prior to the Tokyo Olympics.
Here's the thing, though. I think Bromell is another one of those, which obviously Trayvon Bromell, like the likes of Johan Blake or any sprinters, have all had their injuries. Like, they've had the bad injuries. And Christian Coleman is another one as well that people kind of bloop out of the memory, where had he been competing this year, I think Christian Coleman and Lamont Marcell Jacobs would have been the two favorite, or not, Jacobs wasn't a favorite, but Christian Coleman would have taken Trayvon Vermel's spot, I think, as that American favorite. The man did not show up for any of his like doping testing, 3 of them in a row, in fact. You gotta put the dots together for that. But Vermel just couldn't get it done. I feel like he just couldn't stay healthy. The moment after the U.S. Olympic trials, his form just plummeted. And I think it's because he started peaking way too early. You only get 6 weeks of like pure fitness in track and field, as it's mostly said. 6 weeks of prime fitness. And I think Vermel's just hit too early. He was too worried about making the team, and it just got to him.
Curley, who placed
Fred
second
Curley
in the
is
100-meter
one who
finals,
peaked at the right
admitted
time.
that Jacobs was a new name to him. Apparently, Jacobs had told an Italian newspaper, "I'm going to Tokyo to win a medal." Bo is not there. Coleman is not there.
Coleman,
There's
yeah.
not a clear favorite, and he's right. Nobody could confidently predict who would win this race, especially when the favorite Rommel was eliminated in the semifinals. To put everyone even more on edge, Hughes had a false start at the beginning of the race and was sadly disqualified. That was tough to watch. The only
I
thing
did not
worse
realize he
than
was
not
one
being
of
able
the
to compete in
favorites.
the race you worked so hard to get to is having to live with the fact that you will never know what would have happened if you did. The best way I could describe my experience watching this race is 1 second I'm looking at Curly thinking, okay, he's got this, he's gonna bring home that gold. And 1 second I'm thinking, where the did this tatted, tall Italian guy come from? What makes this race even more epic is that he even broke Usain Bolt's record from the previous Olympics. Marcel Jacobs' winning time was exactly 0.01 seconds faster than Bolt's winning time
Wait,
back in
what?
Rio. Shortly after crossing the finish line, his
Oh, so
Italian
it's 9.79 and Bolt won with a 9.80. For some reason, I thought Marcel Jacobs won with a 9.84.
teammate Gianmarco Tamberi, who won a shared high jump gold medal just 5 minutes prior, gave him a huge hug, which both of these guys and everyone watching will likely never forget. It's awesome to see new champions rise and dominate, especially since mostly Jamaica and the USA have been taking gold in this
It is
competition
nice to
for the
see,
last
listen,
few years.
as much as
I'm
I
sure we'll
like
see more of
American
them.
imperialism and the dominance in sports, it is nice to see new champions. That's the thing with Usain Bolt, is Usain Bolt was just such a personality and not American. And I think that people would have probably hated Usain Bolt despite his amazing bubbly personality if he was under the American flag. But because it's the small island of Jamaica, and he's eccentric and he makes things amazing and he's got the the bolt symbol, everyone loved it. And I'm willing to throw my hat in there as well. I loved it. Bolt was an amazing watch. And this story is amazing. A guy, European, Italian, kind of new to sprinting in its own right, was a long jumper before this, and was born in the U.S. Like it's kind of a weird story, but born in the U.S. but raised in Italy, through and through Italian. I feel like he could say that, through and through Italian. Literally moved there from 1 year old onwards, and look at him. This is him very early in his career. How can you not appreciate that? I appreciate it. The guy has been through a lot. He's tested himself, and it worked. The Zon, I hate that that's a thing. Bolt is not there. Christian Coleman is not there, because Christian Coleman dominated everyone in 2019, and 2020 is when he popped. And they said there's no way he was going to the Olympics, even if they had it, and they didn't have it, and he's still under suspension despite the appeals. I don't feel bad for Christian Coleman because he's young. He has a chance to go and do whatever in the World Championships from here on out. It's the time of Lamont Marcell Jacobs and this Italian team. There are several members of this Italian team as well that could still thrive, I feel like, in sprints. But I love it. Like, from this point on,
Coleman is not there.
how can you
There's
not
a clear
appreciate
favorite,
this story?
and he's right.
There's
Nobody
no
could
clear
confidently
favorite.
predict who would win this
Go out
race,
and win.
especially when the favorite Rommel
And the
was
Americans just couldn't get it done. We choked. We choked at the wrong time. But I love this. Let me know what you guys think, though, of Lamont Marcell Jacobs down in the comments below. The Italian who not seceded, who ran with the torch from Usain Bolt. And I think it's going to be a superstar. I think he has the potential to be a superstar. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.